The Explain tool helps you understand how the database will execute a query by displaying the query execution plan. This plan provides detailed information about the steps MySQL will take to execute the query, including which tables it will access, the order of operations, and whether indexes are being used. It is a vital tool for optimizing queries, as it helps identify inefficiencies like full table scans or the lack of index usage. Key concepts in the Explain output. When you run Explain before a query, MySQL returns a table with the following key columns. 1. ID represents the order in which MySQL executes each part of the query. Queries with subqueries or joins will have multiple ID values. A higher ID indicates that the query is processed later, and a primary or outer query is typically assigned the lowest ID. 2. Select type describes the type of query being executed. Common values include simple, a basic query without subqueries or unions. Primary, the outermost query in a subquery. Subquery, a subquery within another query. Derived, a subquery or a derived table, temporary table created by a subquery. Union, a query using the union operator to combine results from multiple queries. 3. Table, the name of the table that MySQL is reading data from in each step of the query execution. 4. Type, the access method MySQL is using to fetch rows from the table. Common access types from best to worst performance include system, the table has only one row, special case of const. Const, MySQL finds only one matching row, and it can read it directly using a constant. EQRef, MySQL uses an index to find a single row for each row combination. Ref, MySQL uses an index but finds multiple matching rows. Range, MySQL uses an index to find rows within a range of values. MySQL scans the entire index instead of the table. All, a full table scan, which is the least efficient access method. 5. Possible keys, lists the indexes that MySQL could use to retrieve the rows. This gives you an idea of which indexes are available for the query. 6. Key, the index that MySQL actually uses to retrieve rows. If no index is used, this field will be null. 7. Keylen, shows the length of the key that MySQL is using. This gives you an idea of how much of the index is being used, which can be useful for debugging performance issues. 8. Ref displays the column or constant that MySQL is comparing to the index key to retrieve rows. 9. Rows, the estimated number of rows MySQL will examine to execute the query. A smaller number indicates better performance, as MySQL needs to examine fewer rows. 10. Filtered, shows the percentage of rows that pass the where clause conditions. A higher percentage means more rows are filtered out, making the query more efficient. 11. Extra, provides additional information about the query execution. Common values include using index, MySQL is using a covering index to satisfy the query. Using where, a where condition is applied after row retrieval. Using temporary, MySQL creates a temporary table for operations like group by or order by. Using file sort, MySQL uses an